Hello beautiful souls and welcome back to my channel. Welcome to those of you who are new to the channel. Today's speaker card reading is gonna be on the topic of your life purpose. As many of you chose this topic in my inquiries on my community tab and also on Instagram. So that was the topic that won the poll. So here I am bringing it to you guys. I have prepared a couple of questions I do want to cover for each pile. So we're going to see what is the core purpose of your soul in this lifetime. What are your talents which support your purpose? What are the next steps to take in direction to your purpose? And what are the blockages that you need to work on, to overcome, and to again be fulfilling your purpose? As usual, we have 3 groups. Instead of cards or piles, this time we have different crystals, which the names of I don't know because I usually tend to forget them once I look them up or when I buy them. I'm not good with names of crystals, so you will excuse that. Now this beautiful egg-shaped crystal, this is gonna be pile number 1, group 1. If you resonate with this has always given me Jupiter energy for some reason with these lines here. It just reminds me of the atmosphere of Jupiter. So yeah, if you resonate with that, pile 1 or group 1, this is your group. Group 2, this beautiful shimmering chameleon crystal I just love so much. If you like the colors, if you resonate with the shape, with the coloring, this is gonna be your group. So this is group 2, and group 3 with the black, this one I know, black tourmaline. This one is one of my favorites as well. That's why I memorized its name. So if you resonate with this crystal, this is gonna be your group. Now, all the groups will be, the timestamps for them will be in the description box below, as well as the comment section. And take your time, pause the video, think about the crystals, meditate on them, and I will see you in your reading. Group 1, hi, hello, welcome to your group. So let's see what is your life purpose. Now I do want to start with a little channeled message, so this may take me a little bit of time. You can fast forward 1 minute or so, or like 30-40 seconds, but let's see what's coming through for you before the cards. All right, I'm having a vision of a highway. Of course, this can be metaphoric, this can be literal. Maybe your purpose is supposed to take you somewhere else. Maybe you're supposed to move out, move to a new city, to a new state, maybe even to a new country. But this feels like a trip on the road, not so much with an airplane. So it feels like you can get to this new area by car, and it's most likely how you're going to get there. And I feel like starting to live your purpose requires you to move. But also the highway talks about fast transformation. You're changing something very quickly, or you're about to change things very quickly in your life. You're about to make a drastic and quick decision that basically makes everything in your life move in a new direction. So there is this overall movement of your life situation and lifestyle in a new direction. I'm also seeing lots of piercings for some reason, but I feel like I'm seeing a man here, so this could be you that I'm seeing, and this is like confirmation. Or for some of you, your purpose could be involved with a friend, or a man. Maybe this person will push you into your purpose. Maybe they will trigger you to start. Maybe they will give you good advice. Let's see, just a little bit more and we're going to continue with the cards. Okay, so interesting. I'm seeing birds. I'm also seeing red shoes. But the red shoes remind me of I'm not sure if it's a folklore tale. I read about it somewhere. I can't quote my resources, but I remember this tale about, it's almost like a darker folklore tale about this girl with red shoes that couldn't stop dancing basically until she died. She was cursed. So for some reason, these red shoes that I was seeing make me think of something that's been tiring you out and draining your energy. This is what you need to leave behind. And you have to do it fast because you've invested already enough time and energy into it. And I was also seeing birds over a very clear, like flying over a very clear, bright blue sky. So this to me talks about clear thoughts, clear decisions, clear action, your questions and your doubts, your thoughts that maybe tell you, maybe I should do this, maybe I should do that. I think that they will be getting clearer and clearer and louder in your head. And the bright blue sky tells me that these thoughts are not coming from a place of self-sabotage or fear of the unknown or something like that. Especially if it comes to something you're already invested in and you're wondering, should I leave it? And maybe you're thinking, I shouldn't give up yet. Things like that. But these thoughts are coming from a very clear, intuitive space. Alright, so this is giving definitely Queen of Swords energy. Some of you have Libra, Gemini, Aquarius placements. Oh gosh, I'm forgetting the signs. So, but especially Libra is coming through. Okay, wait, hold on. Okay, let's see. What is your core purpose in this lifetime? For many of you, I may be tuning into your North Node placements in your natal chart. So if you're already aware of your North Node placement, you may see that the messages resonate with it. And if I am getting specific astrological positions, I will let you know. What is your core purpose in this lifetime? Too many cards wanna spill out. Hold on. I think we had Scorpio and Aries wanting to come through. I think I kind of resonated with them for you guys, but still, if they come up again, that's fine. If they don't, I'll just keep that in the back of my head while I read the rest of the cards. But your purpose is likely involved with passion and boldness and almost like this shameless self-expression of like, this is what I like, this is what I am, and this is what I can do. With Scorpio and Aries, definitely your purpose will have like a shocking factor to it when you tell people that this is what you do. Even if you're an artist, maybe your art will be very provoking and shocking. What is your core purpose in this lifetime? What is your core purpose in this lifetime? We have Cancer energy, immerse. Alright, so it's something that you need to be emotionally almost obsessed with. Your purpose will take a huge portion of your everyday life. Cancer rules the moon or is ruled by the moon. So the moon is what I imagine is the inner talk inside a person's head as they go about life every single day. The moon is like the music playing in your head, the things that you think about, the way you feel on the inside, the way you react internally to things. Like you see something happening on the street, your reaction is usually your moon, internal reaction, I mean, especially. So here with this card, this is something that will play your thoughts on daily basis. This is something that maybe you won't be able to go a day without with this purpose. Now, of course, Cancer is also about children, taking care of people. So you could be a caregiver, you could be involved with children in some way. But with this Cancer purpose, you have a very rich internal world to sort out. So Cancer does not mean just succumb to emotions, whatever they are. Yes, it's about learning vulnerability, empathy, having empathy for yourself, and so on and so forth. But Cancer is also very much about becoming emotionally intelligent, and emotional intelligence is not just about knowing what you feel, it's also about how you handle what you feel. So with this purpose here, you could be easily working in psychology, and especially focusing on handling tough traumatic emotional responses and just big feelings. You could be specializing in this. I know this sounds very, maybe to some of you sounds specific or strange, but I'm sure there is a branch out there focused solely on emotions, and that could be your thing. But whatever it is that you do, you will be immersed in it. And whatever it is that you do will touch other people, whether you're a caregiver, someone who takes care of children, a teacher, you teach kids, you will touch these kids deep inside. You will reach to their hearts and souls, or you will really touch the parents. Your influence will be felt very deeply and emotionally by people. That's the first, general things that I'm getting. Of course, I will try to narrow down on more specific things. We have solar flares with activate. This is interesting. So I imagine this wave of light, spreading around. Your purpose will come and go in waves. It's like you will be involved in it every single day, but you will get to shine every 2 years or something like that. So I'm really thinking of like an artist or even a writer with like publishing a book every 3 years, showing an amazing painting every 3 to 4 to 6 months. It's almost like you go home, you work really hard on your thing, whatever that thing is, and then after 3, 4, 6 months to 2 years, you come out, you show off what you've done, what you've created, you share it with people, you touch them really deeply emotionally, you make them, how do I explain this? Come in contact with finer planes of existence and reality. Through the experiences you bring to them, you make them go through, you help them come in touch with the finer, subtle planes of existence and realities that exist around us. So I definitely see you kind of unveiling things for people, revealing hidden, subtle things, but it's not gonna be like every day. So I don't see you guys, pile one, as someone who has a big breakthrough every single day. Perhaps I don't see you as someone who posts on social media every single day and like has tons of people following them because of that. No, I think that or maybe even like monthly, you will be sending out your artwork or something, or a chapter of a book. But I see that you go retreat in yourself, in your own space, and those solar flares, they only happen every now and then. So yeah, I don't see you showing or people acknowledging the work that you put into things every single day, but rather they see the finished result and they're in awe. And I feel like for many of you as well, you want to show off the finished result. At Cancers are very shy, and they are very self-protective. So I think that you would be the type of person who doesn't want to show their creation until it's completed, even though you know that everyone goes through the stages of completion, through the stages of building something. You don't want to show people the building blocks and how you get to the final result, because you don't want to be judged in that way. And there is a very strong message from Spirit. And I'm gonna say this cautiously because on one hand, my human brain, my logical brain understands that we live in the 21st century, 2025, at least now that I'm filming this video, and everything is happening so fast, and we're supposed to be producing things, creating things so fast, making decisions and doing things so fast. But Spirit is coming through with this solar flares and the Cancer energy here, saying that you are supposed to receive inspiration every now and then. Do not burden yourself and exhaust yourself, forcing yourself to be inspired or forcing yourself to be hyper proactive just because you feel like if you don't, you're not going to be acknowledged. The beauty of your creation and your purpose really shows in the thoughtfulness and like the preparation and like the final result that people see. I think people will understand why you've been gone for months or something, because they will see how much attention you've put into it. You could be creating courses, classes. Now, again, this purpose does not have to be your everyday job that you make money with. It can be, but just know that it doesn't have to be. So you could have this regular job that you do, and this as something you do on the side. But you did have the message of the highway. You did have the message of the red shoes. So I think that Spirit is helping you understand that you need to honor this timing and find a way to value yourself more, so that this timing when you're gone that people don't see is also valued. You can't get value only on the final result. You need to be supplied even during the process of preparation. Maybe this has been something that's been worrying you. How do I jump into this field if I know I'm not gonna be regular? If I know I'm not gonna have like, I don't know, 10 clients every week or something. This could be something that is on your mind that stops you. What is the core of your life purpose in this lifetime? What is the core of your purpose in this lifetime? And we have Gemini. So really writing in any field, writing research papers, literature, you know, writing is really showing up as one of your potential pursuits. And I think it goes very well with these messages where you're working on it behind closed doors, and then you show up with a book or with a I don't know, finished course or something after a year, right? So writing is showing up with Gemini. What else about Gemini? Let's see. Your purpose can definitely involve multiple fields or multiple skills. Being able to play multiple roles. So many of you guys will be your own managers, your own researchers, your own promoters, etc. etc. Many of you will be fulfilling the roles of multiple people when it comes to your purpose. And this could definitely also talk about communicating with different people, reaching different people. I really, with the solar flare, what I see your purpose is, you sit right here and whatever it is that you do on your own impacts others by like a wave spreading around, right? You sit right here, but everything that you do spreads out and affects other people. And that's what I'm getting with Gemini as well. And you're going to be activating, triggering people on the mental plane as well as the emotional plane. I think that your work, your creation, your talent, your healing abilities, etc., will be activating people's emotional bodies as well as their mental bodies. That's what I'm telling you. It will trigger them to communicate with the more subtle, the finer planes of existence. It's like they will come in touch with those more subtle parts of themselves through interacting with your work and with you. Observe, loving eyes, see all, equanimity, see the truth and step back. And we have the Earth Angel, kindness, sensitivity and strength, higher perspective and divine abilities. You guys are definitely Earth Angels. And I feel like a very earthly, normal job, you will turn into something special. I feel like you will take the, I don't even want to say normal or regular, but I can't find other words. The normal, regular field expertise, you will take that and you will turn it into something more elevated, okay? Spirit is saying there are many forms in which you can spread wisdom, and to some degree that's part of your purpose. So do not limit yourself thinking, oh, if I want to share my thoughts, my feelings, if I want to share my little philosophy on life, I need to do this. When there are probably many other outlets through which you can share those thoughts. Dream time, creation, I mean, it's very difficult to see you doing something else than creative pursuits, creative activities. But again, because we have Cancer, and because, by the way, we have Gemini, which is about the lower mind or the education, elementary schools, and so on and so forth. This could be about really schooling kids into creative pursuits, and teaching them creative talents. You could really be working with children. By the way, this is kind of, I'm seeing cards overlapping. This message is coming through again and again through different cards. And those solar flares, those children that you work with, they're gonna be like these waves of generations spreading around and spreading your wisdom. You activate them and they activate others thanks to you. Okay, this card fell to the floor. We have autumnal equinox with release. So there is definitely something you need to let go of. Again, the rituals imagery. What are your talents? Let's see. We have dance with celebration and creation. What are your talents? We have the Justice card. This is again Libra energy coming through. So far I'm picking up on a lot of Libra, Leo. So this is also the 7th house and the 5th house. And we're getting Cancer and Gemini. So you could have Cancer South Node, North Node, and Gemini South Node or North Node in the 7th or the 5th house. Let go. Okay, interesting. Have release and let go twice. And study. Interesting, the owl here. Oh my god. And the altar at the bottom of the deck. Okay, hold on. Hold on. Some of you, now I'm kind of leaning away from the creative things. Some of you could be studying the female reproductive system. Some of you could be specializing, I don't know why I'm getting like microbiology. I'm hearing this. Cancer and the moon rules water, cells, things like that. Gemini is all about little things and details. So it could be that as well. Different healing techniques to the cells with the solar flares. Mom was getting like this wave of healing energy. Your career brings fairness and protection to others who need your help. You will either be able to protect the minds of the children, the minds and the feelings of, and in that sense, the souls of people by helping them, protecting them by introducing them to your artwork, to your creations, helping them kind of ascend through interacting with your creation, and that brings a form of protection. Or you could literally protect lives by, you know, doing research and scientific and especially medical work. Alright, so now I'm going to pull tarot cards to see what are the next steps toward your purpose. Let's see. purpose involves studying and research. And as you can see, reading, research, and education help you gain confidence. That might be something you need to be on the right path. More confidence. Let's see. What are the next steps to take in direction to your purpose? Okay. We have the King of Wands again. Quick actions, being decisive, being bold, making a bold decision that maybe surprises people around you. And King of Swords. This is not just a bold decision or a decision made out of, I don't know, like adrenaline and just wanting to take action for the sake of it. No, with the King of Wands and King of Swords, you're making an educated decision here. That's something that Spirit is advising, an educated decision. By observing maybe other people who inspire you to follow your purpose, observing their steps toward their own purpose, and realizing that maybe you don't have to follow the crowd. Maybe you could allow those mentors that inspire you to help you make that bold decision. Because with the King of Swords and King of Wands, there's this cutting off of strings that attach you to the things that hold you back. This could be also a call to finally research the field or area in which you're interested. And we have 10 of coins. Invest in your purpose. You need equipment, you need tools, invest in that. You need education, networking connections, invest in that. What are the blockages that you need to overcome? We have death, which is, again, transformation, letting something go, letting something die. 7 of Wands. I know you fought for so long for something, but if it no longer makes you happy, if it holds you back from greater things, you should drop it. That's such a strong message here. I'm not resonating. What are the blockages holding you back that you need to overcome? Ace of Cups and 3 of Coins. I feel like many of you have not poured into your own cup when it comes to skills. You have not given yourself the time, you have not allowed yourself to use the tools, you have not bought yourself the tools, or you have not used the free tools disposable for you. Like, you need to pour into yourself, especially when it comes to skills. You need to invest in honing skills. Alright, well, by one, I think that this is all I have for you. So let me know if you resonated with this and if this helps you maybe use this as a synchronicity that kind of guides you. Okay, I've been wondering about this thing, and then in pile one she mentioned it. I should read it to that. I knew it. If you have that experience, please let me know in the comment section below. I'm really curious to hear, what do you think is your purpose? Because I feel like this is a very essential part of everyone's life journey, a part that gives meaning to life. So yeah, I hope you resonated and this helps. Again, I'm curious to hear, to let me know, and I will see you in my next pick a card. All of my information is down in the description box below. And that's it. Until next time. Bye. Hi Pile 2, if you guys chose this crystal, this is your reading. So I would like to start off with a little channeled message. This may take me a little bit of time, so you can skip 10-30 seconds ahead. So let me tune in and see what's coming through for you before we dive in with the cards. Okay, interesting. I'm getting something about multiplying. Many of you guys have the purpose of building the wealth for a generation ahead. You probably have a talent with multiplying your blessings, just making things bigger, broader. This could happen with friends, like you meet one person and through them you meet 10 other people and they become part of your circle. And then this could be something that you do also at work. But I'm getting something about broadening horizons, expanding connections and networks, but also expanding your wealth, and your businesses, and multiplying your products, and yeah, just making things bigger and better for the next generations. All right, let's see. Do not gamble, Pile 2. That's not a way to expand your blessings. There's a warning with this. Gambling. Playing games with your money. The 7th house. Relationship, partnerships, contracts. Opposition with and confrontation. What is the core of your purpose? What is your purpose? What is the core of your purpose? Wow, okay. Okay, so Jupiter came through. Many of you had to stand against your family to make better things for your family, the family that you will create. With the 7th house, of course, part of your purpose could be to be in a partnership, to be with someone, to build with someone. And the opposition and confrontation, you guys need to learn how to work with another individual. I feel like that is so crucial to, such a crucial part of your purpose, to fulfill your purpose. Another individual will come inevitably in your life, and maybe you will be a little too greedy too fast, and you could push away a great partner that could help you achieve so much with them by your side. But for the most part, I see you standing against many of the mistakes your family made. Maybe they stayed in a marriage and didn't divorce when they had to, or the opposite. They divorced when they shouldn't have, instead of solving the issue, you know. Maybe they sold everything instead of saving things. Maybe family did not get an education when they should have. They did not prioritize this or that, you know. I'm just seeing you standing against really the mistakes of the bloodline, trying to undo the mistakes that they did. I'm hearing a partner from another world. I feel like you and your partner may come from very different backgrounds from each other, but I think that you will introduce to each other new worlds and you will work beautifully together. Many of you can have like your sun sign in the opposite sign of your rising, because the rising is usually opposite to the seventh house, right? The descendant. But I think that you may have your sun, your identity, opposite to your descendant or to the rising sign, where there is this conflict with who you are and what you attract in partners and what you want in partners and who you should be to attract what you want in partners. There's this dilemma that you may be dealing with that is influencing your purpose. What is the core of your soul's purpose in this lifetime? We have light language, so some of you quite literally may speak light language. Universal language of oneness, of love, listen with your heart. With Jupiter and networking and expanding things, you may be using 2 or more languages to be expanding your businesses. You might be working with many foreigners. You may build a brand that expands overseas. This is very difficult to shuffle. Expression. Authentic expression. Words are powerful and truth. I'm seeing that your biggest purpose is to stand as who you are, even if it's against your family and the family norms, and embrace a partner as they are and realize how much you have to learn from them. These are your biggest lessons in this lifetime. And if you get to do this, I do see you building a legacy. It's almost like if you do these things, building a legacy will come easy to you. But you have to do these things first. To confront your family and to form a strong partnership. With light language and expression, some of you could be twin flames, and you could be really good at light language. You could use that to activate other twin flames to help them on their journey. What are the talents that support your life purpose that you can rely on? We We have Gaia with nurturing. I feel like you would be really good at connecting people, connecting companies, just connecting two sides and making them work together. Almost like helping people find the right match for them, business-wise, but for some of you it could be relationship-wise as well. You could be a relationship counselor. We have practice. What are your gifts? Polish your skills by practicing regularly. What are your gifts that support your purpose? I think with the light language you do need to practice. We have animals. You understand animals and communicate with them intuitively. Trust your inner guidance as the animals are part of your life's work. Animals could show up in your life also to teach you how to form deep bonds and partnerships. Animals require care, commitment, attention. So you will be learning about, you know, self-sacrifice in partnerships in order to create something bigger than yourself and outside of yourself. Some of you, your legacy could be huge shelters, some animal organization that becomes global, or you could be working with animal organizations. What are your talents? Leadership. Take charge of this situation. Yeah, I mean, many of you will do, I feel, the things that your ancestors couldn't or didn't want to do. And many of you will do things differently. And in that way, you will be a leader of your lineage. With Gaia, I know it says nurturing, but I'm getting more so the message of resources here. And we have practice. This is interesting combination. You're someone who can make things work for themselves, or who can make things work out on their own. You're someone who can really, again, multiply. That's the vibe that I'm getting here. You're multiplying things. You're given a sum of money, you can make it into a lot more. Spirit is saying practice this ability of yours to expand things. Practice making things bigger, okay? It could be with small things, like a small side hustle that you have. Make it into something big. For some of you, your purpose will be of like helping people expand things in their own lives as well. Helping them expand businesses, things like that. Multiplying what they have. I'm trying to see what else is coming through. Some of you may combine light language with a specific musical instrument. and use that as a healing practice, and that could be working very well, especially on animals. That's kind of random, but I'm kind of already diving into the cards, trying to see what else is here, what else we didn't pick up on. And with the practice card, I'm getting a message here of not giving up on something. Do not give up on something when so many others do, and lose what they've built, lose their momentum. Alright, let's see. Let me gather the cards. Let's see what actions, what steps do you need to take in the direction of your purpose. What steps do you need to take in the direction of your purpose? Ten of Swords. Knight of Coins. There are situations that are draining you financially that you really need to cut out, because your purpose may require some investment. Although with the nurturing card with Gaia, I think that you already have exactly what you need, but maybe someone is draining your resources. Maybe you are, and you don't even realize you're someone who can amplify things and multiply things, because you have all these things or people that drain you. So right away when you multiply something, it gets drained. So Spirit is saying, close the holes in the boat so water doesn't get in and you don't drown. If you have debt, credits, things like that, take care of those things. This is very important. Six of Wands. Public success and recognition. Put yourself out there, Pile 2. The Six of Wands is all about publicizing yourself, right? Standing out. Being loud and proud about who you are and what you can do. Page of Coins. I'm getting something about a small investment, or you've already planted seeds for the things that you're meant to do. You've already planted seeds for your purpose. With Knight of Coins, Page of Coins, I really resonate with this message. Hold on. Practice. I feel like you guys just don't stick to something long enough to see it flourish, and that's the biggest mistake. This is where you create areas that siphon your resources, your energy, instead of pouring into your life. So when you don't stick to something, it's almost like you wasted your energy on it, and now you don't even have energy anymore for anything else. So Spirit is saying, you've already planted seeds. Stick to that garden. Take care of it. Don't switch alliances and commitments so quickly and easily, Pile 2. Because in that process of constantly switching and changing, you're losing resources, really. Things are slipping out of your hands. Ace of Wands. All right. Ace of Wands. And Knight of Cups reversed. With the Knight of Cups reversed, you can easily get persuaded and jealous by other people who may be a bit more experimental, who switch things up every now and then. But Pilots, that's not your path. You really have to stick to one thing and see it through. With the Ace of Wands, this is about your life force and your creative energy and channeling it into the right thing. And with the Knight of Cups reversed is all about confusing emotions, going with the waves, with the ups and downs, with the ebbs and flows of how we feel every single day, while you need to have a steady plan and execute steady actions every single day despite how you feel. For some of you, that's very specific. I see you building a whole farm for your family, lasting generations into the future. That's for some reason coming through. But you need to stick to one dream, one vision. Yes, you will draw resources from many different places because you're multiplying things, etc. You have many things available to you, but this doesn't mean wavering on the end goal, okay? It's the end goal that you need to be stable on. Like, that's where you're headed, and that shouldn't change. Not necessarily how you get there, but where you're going to get shouldn't change as much. Slow and steady, not so emotionally. Any blockages that you need to know about? Preventing you from stepping into your purpose? World within. Wow. Okay, so about you, I understand if you're passionate about many things. You have different worlds inside of you about every single thing. Like, you have this hobby and that passion and that interest and that skill, and all of them are different from each other, and all of them are separate whole worlds on their own. But this sometimes can be a blockage. You cannot live 5 different lives all at once. Any other blockage that you need to know about? Anything else? Okay, I don't think we have anything else. So, Pilots, that was your advice and those were your messages. I truly hope you resonated and I hope this helps. Let me know how you felt about the reading. Let me know what you think is your purpose. And yeah, I'm really curious to read your comments. All of my information is in the description box below. If you want to book a personal reading, I'm available. And I hope I'll see you in my next pick card. Until then, bye. Hi Pile 3, if you guys chose the black tourmaline, the third crystal, this is gonna be your reading. So let's see, what is your purpose? Actually, first, I forgot, I do want to do a channeled message, so I'm going to tune in before I start pulling cards, so give me like 2-3 minutes. You may fast forward 10 to 30 seconds. it usually takes me around that much to start getting visions or getting messages. Let's see. Pile 3, what is your purpose? Okay. This is a little funny, pile 3, but I'm seeing flies. And the specific buzzing noise is being emphasized in my head. But my intuition interprets that as in your purpose in this lifetime, or partially your purpose, is to gather a lot of information, pile 3. So you may have many Gemini placements, you may have a stellium in the 3rd house, in the 9th house, but you're here to gather a lot of information and somehow use that. But let me tune in a little bit more. Wow, okay, now I'm seeing a ship. So, alright. You guys are meant to not just gather a lot of information. Many of you are supposed to be channeling information, because many of you are supposed to navigate other people. So it's almost like your ears are always tuned into the spiritual realm, and they're always tuned into just the subtle realms where guides and spirits reside. It's like you're always getting messages that will help you navigate people that come your way, that cross paths with you. Yeah, I'm definitely getting past lives as someone who guided people, rulers. I mean, I'm kind of seeing you as a shaman, but also I'm seeing you as ancient astronomer slash astrologer, because those two were merged in ancient times. But you are helping people navigate life, and to some degree even use the stars. I feel like you guys could navigate terrains by using the stars in your past lives. Alright, so that was a little bit random, the last one, but let's get into it. So you guys are meant to navigate people, to hear messages, to always have this buzzing energy in your ears. Wait, hold on. What's this? One card was reversed. So many of you are cleared audient. You have clear hearing. Okay. We have the square slash same square slash quincux. These are overall the same energies of not so much conflict. Squares are about struggle and compensation. One side compensates for the sake of the other. It's also about being shaped under pressure. So your purpose, I mean, I feel like for you to get your gifts and to start using your gifts, you will have to be put under pressure. For you to step into your purpose, it will take you being put under pressure. For many of you, I don't like saying that, but I really see it in this card and I feel it. For many of you, you will have to lose something to gain something that puts you on the path of your purpose. Yeah, I feel like a loss will lead you to your purpose, but it's also possible that you have to give up something for the sake of the other aspect of life that is your purpose. Like you're giving one aspect up for the sake of the other. We have the midheaven. This is the 10th house, the Pentacle. This is the house of one's legacy, what one is memorized for, remembered for. Excuse me, not memorized. You're not a to-do list pile 3. What one is remembered for. It's also the house in which we grow. It's like we become the sign of that house. The more mature we grow, and the more responsible we become, essentially we become more and more of our legacy. The 10th house is not always the career. The 10th house can be what you are remembered for, but that may not be your career. You may be remembered for your charity work, but you are working this other job, right? So you see why this is a legacy, not necessarily a career house, but it can show you what the best career path would be, because this is what you will be remembered for anyway, so why not do that job? And with the square here, usually the rising and the descendant square the midheaven, which is the self, the identity, the relationships that we have are in constant compensation with our legacy. So to a degree, you have to give up those aspects of life to become the 10th house, or vice versa. You have to give up a little bit of the 10th house to enjoy the 1st or the 7th. Your purpose will take you away from the standard regular relationships, and it will not allow you to be a regular person. I feel like your purpose will force you to do things differently from the majority of people, pile 3. And this may sound okay now, it may sound fun and even amazing, like wow, I'm gonna be different than everybody else. How is that bad? Well, the thing is, I feel like this difference that you will achieve is gonna come at a certain cost. And we have Saturn. Oh my god. Well, Saturn rules the 10th house. Saturn is the planet of maturity and tough lessons. Saturn can bring long-lasting results and achievements if we follow the lessons, if we follow through, if we learn them, etc. But Saturn is a tough planet. So I'm not gonna lie to you. The cards do not say, oh, your purpose is to struggle, but you will struggle to get to your purpose. It's not gonna be easy. You have to put in a lot of work and a lot of dedication, and again, other areas of life will suffer because of that. So pile 3, you may often encounter people who don't understand your path or who try to get you off of it, and you may have to break relationships. You may have to leave people behind. You may have to give up on the stable plans even in order to chase this more fulfilling but essentially more difficult task. I'm hearing something about time. For once, I mean, Saturn is a planet ruling time, but also for some reason, as I was staring at this castle in the sky, or whatever this is, these towers, spires, whatever they're called, it reminded me of a clock tower. I don't know why I saw it, although it's not necessarily illustrated this way, which tells me you could be a late bloomer, you could achieve your purpose later in life. But also there is something about divine timing. It's almost like you cannot force your purpose. It will come when the time is right. And I feel like, remember how I told you you'll be collecting a lot of information? Well, I feel like you will be also, you will have done many things before stepping into your purpose. I'm not even sure if that's grammatically correct to say this way, but I just see that once your purpose arrives, you will have all of those things behind you that you've done, that you've mastered, and then your purpose kicks you, and it's like you have to start all over again. I'm getting this energy of having to rebuild from scratch at a later stage of life. But with Saturn and the 10th house, your purpose is to achieve some sort of public recognition and success and some sort of actual legacy in the general term of legacy, like something that really lasts for generations, something that is acknowledged by an audience, by a community, by a larger public. Okay. And I do think that with the 10th house, this indicates that many of you, you will you will make your career your purpose, and vice versa. You will make your purpose into your career. This I see for sure, but I think that this will come later in life. Maybe around your second Saturn return, around 54, 55. Share space, telepathy, co-creation, communing and honoring, and dolphin baby, Lemurian origin, flow, timeless, adaptable, free, take your time. Interesting with take your time and timeless, because Saturn rules over timeless things that last for long, and whatever it is that you create and leave behind you, it will last for long. Okay, share space. For some of you, you will be building community spaces, like literal physical spaces for people to occupy. You might be building clubs, you might be building salons, like places where people can go and meditate. But for some of you, and that's not of course for all of you, I'm seeing like a it's a public space, it's a building, maybe 2 floors or something, and I'm seeing people creating in there. So I'm not sure if you want to create like a, I don't know, an art studio or even a classroom or something. I'm seeing people create, paint, and I'm specifically seeing people with disabilities. That's very interesting. Pile 3, for some of you, you're meant to work with people with limitations and disabilities, helping them push through that, create a community around that. core purpose of your soul in this lifetime? What is your core purpose? Because not much about the essence of your purpose is coming through, more so what you need to be doing or how it will come about. Too many cards are falling out of the deck. What is your core purpose, pile 3? Teaching. You inspire young people to learn. With the telepathy, I'm definitely seeing some of you working with people who are deaf, people who are non-verbal. I'm getting a lot of Aquarius. Some of you may have Aquarius in your 10th house. I'm getting like this energy of allowing a collective that feels very restricted and disconnected to connect. Enabling people to connect. Giving people the access they are usually limited from. Giving people access to things, to other people. Environmentalist. Well, that is interesting because I could definitely see you building this safe and healing environment for people. Support. Your life purpose fully supports you. I think that your life purpose will help you overcome your own limitations, whatever they might be. Physical, in terms of your body, financial, or in terms of other resources, limitations when it comes to connecting with people and just having a community. Your life purpose will help you overcome and outgrow these limitations. Companionship. Interesting. Yeah, you guys will find your tribe and your people through engaging with your life purpose. You will just find people that you resonate with. And we have infinity. We have the dragon biting its own tail. This makes me think of the south node and the north node, of course. It's interesting because I'm seeing things around your purpose, like what it might look like, how you probably will achieve it and all that. And although I got some of the answers to what is your purpose, like the things you could potentially do, I'm not seeing much of what exactly you'll be doing. And I'm really trying here to tune in. Besides the obvious things like teaching, environmentalism, things like that, being someone who organizes a support system for others, working in HR, and we have power. Another dragon. Whatever power you feel was stolen from you by anything that has happened to you, a relationship, something health-wise, career-wise, whatever it was that stole your power, I do see it being returned to you, maybe transformed, maybe it will return to you in a different form, but it will return to you. And I feel like someone here needed to hear this. Hold on. Let me see. I'm wondering which deck I want to use. What are the talents that you have that will support your purpose? Pile 3. Exertion. You guys have this stamina that supports you in not giving up when everybody else does. Truthfulness. And another talent or a gift, I think, that comes along with or ties in with the clear audience is that when you think to yourself almost like negatively, like, oh, I can't do that, I can't do this, I feel like there is an even deeper voice inside you that says, that is not true, I can do it. And Spirit is saying that you need to tune in, tune your refined, clear audience, your clear hearing into this deeper voice that goes against what the surface level voice inside you tells you. What are your gifts? Pile 3. Interesting. You have Mars, which connects to exertion because Mars rules over the physical body, our anger, our passion and motivation. And you have Aquarius with collaborate. With Mars in Aquarius, your talent to see the future, to foresee what will be needed, what will be trendy, what will be used or talked about. And it's almost like sometimes you tune into things that will later become popular, later become desirable. You can tune into those things and be ahead of the game. But Spirit is saying when you get those downloads, oh, that would be a really good idea, I feel like this would be very popular in the future. When you get that download, act upon it. That's very important. But with Mars in Aquarius, honestly, your gift, your talent is to be tuned into humanity, tuned into the collective, and to know exactly what the collective needs to raise its vibrations, to heal. And I feel like you guys have the stamina and the passion to offer those things. I told you some of you could have 10th house in Aquarius, some of you could have Mars in Aquarius in the 10th house, right? But this, like all of your cards, really talk about some sort of humanitarian work, some sort of for the benefit of humanity type of work. you have the gift of being ahead of the curve. You have the gift of connecting with the I want to say underdogs of society, because Aquarius, and especially Mars in Aquarius, it's really giving an underdog energy. Someone who has started from nothing, who has gained everything slowly or with difficulty, but they have succeeded. Mars in Aquarius gives off that rebellious energy as well. So your talent, your gift is just your passion and your determination to rebel against a system that does not serve humanity, and to try to build your own system. So as much as I want to see more details, I guess it's just not coming through, so I'm not gonna force it. I'm just gonna move on to the next question. What are the steps to take in direction to your purpose? I already told you, I think that your purpose will come when it does, and you cannot really force it. But is there anything you could do to get closer to it? What should you do? Six of Wands. I think pile 2 had this. This is about putting yourself out there, pile 3. For some of you, I'm getting something about like competition, or yeah, something like that. Some sort of competition. It could be online, it could be in real life. Participate in more contests, okay? With the Chariot, with the King of Wands, absolutely. You should be showing your skills off, showing off your ideas. Many of you should be more Mars-like, okay? Really check out where your Mars is. It doesn't have to be an Aquarius for this to resonate, but check out where your Mars is, because what I'm getting is that you have the gift, excuse me, you have the gift of stamina, exertion, power and energy. You need to use it. Do not let it sit within you and drive you crazy. You need movement in your life to get closer to your purpose. Movement and action, proactivity. Okay, so that message, you cannot force your purpose, it will come when it does, I think applies only if you don't take the steps toward it. Like if you don't take the steps toward your purpose, you will be forced into it. That's why you had Saturn coming through. But Mars could save you from the tougher Saturnian lessons. And with Mars, if you take the action, if you climb that ladder, if you put yourself out there, if you participate more into contests, competitions, things like that, participate more into social events, and just social events related to networking, improving one's skills and learning and bettering oneself, you will succeed and you will achieve your purpose before Saturn comes to force it on you. Seven of Cups, but there are so many things that you have to choose between. So I think that's why I told you in the beginning, you will have many things behind you that you've done and mastered before you find your purpose. That's because if you keep going the same way as you're now, if you don't really take proactive steps toward your purpose, you will basically get distracted by many different things before your purpose comes online. With that message about information and helping people navigate life, you could be someone who really creates educational content in some form or shape that is accessible to people who usually wouldn't have access to this type of information. You could be someone that spreads information to the masses. You could be doing your own interviews, things of that nature. This is something I definitely see. And we have the 10 of coins, 10 of pentacles, 7 of cups, 10 of pentacles. The steps you need to take. Again, I'm really focused on the community in this card here. You know, pile 3, you can learn a lot from people. You don't always have to learn from personal experience. You can learn a lot from people. So to a degree, you're meant to allow yourself to work with people and learn from them instead of isolating yourself, learning on your own. I see you working with a big team. I feel like that's just important. It's important for you to be surrounded by people who share a similar goal as you, who are working toward the same goal as you. Let's see what might be the blockages that you're facing. What is blocking you from this Mars energy? Release. What is it that you need to release, pile 3? And guidance. Interesting, but I'm hearing let go of the need to be right if you want to guide people in the right direction. That's very specific for someone out there, but it's the exact way I heard it in my head. With release and the blue balloon, I'm just with blue, you know, with the color, I'm getting a lot of like anxiety, worries. I'm just getting a lot of like negative, sad emotion that you need to let go of. Think of it this way, pile 3. You are a compass, and you need to take care of your own inner parts so you can keep working for the people who need you. You are a compass and you need to maintain yourself. And I think with release, there have been probably emotions that make it difficult for you to be a clear navigator. Or think of it this way, you are a lamp. You cannot let yourself get dirty. Imagine a lantern. You cannot let the glass get foggy or dirty or something, because the light won't shine bright enough to reveal the path. Your purpose with Mars ruling over the body, the self, right? And the fuel that, the passions that fuel us, the emotions that fuel us, our motivations. And with Saturn being the planet of responsibility and maturity, I think that the cards are telling you your purpose, first and foremost, is about maintaining yourself so that you can be in a good condition for other people to do your job right. So your purpose 100% one way or another affects other people's journeys in life. Maybe you're the boss of a company or something. Um, or maybe simply the leader of a community. But you need to be in good condition for your community to rely on you, because they do rely on you. Many of you chose to be leaders in this lifetime, and I feel like you so chose this, but once you were born you got overwhelmed by this. But the cards are reminding you, with the Six of Wands, with the King of Wands, with the Chariot, you're supposed to lead people in certain directions. You're not someone who's gonna be led. So, pile 3, I hope you resonated with this. Let me know in the comment section below, please, and I would just love to read your comments. I would love to see my next pick a card as well. I hope this helps and resonates with you. All of my information is in the description box below. I'll see you next time. Until then.